Hello students and viewers, I take this moment as the prestigious one to present this video session as a present to you all. This is K. Venkatesan from Department of Physics, Bharathasan Metric Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. Now I am going to introduce a new topic, 11th standard physics, second unit, kinematics. Okay, the subtopic is different type of vectors. Before introduce the different type of vectors, to understand some basic concept of vectors, the first one is representation of vector quantity. Representation of vector quantity. See, listen here. In physics, any physical quantity can be expressed in terms of magnitude and some other quantity expressed in terms of magnitude as well as direction. Okay, any physical quantity possesses only magnitude means that is called scalar quantity. Any physical quantities possess magnitude as well as direction means this type of quantity we are calling vector quantity. Okay. Now to understand this concept or classification of these two concepts, we should know the basic properties of vector quantity. Okay, or representation of vectors. See, listen here, let us consider one vectors. AB is nothing but vector, AB vector. Okay, here AB, the length of the vector represents the magnitude and areoid represents the direction of the vector. Okay, see here, this is the one vector, AB vector is the one vector, here A and B, the length of the vector we are calling magnitude. Okay, this is the magnitude. And in this arrowhead, no, in this arrowhead represents the direction of the vector. Okay, the direction of the vector. See, listen here, a vector quantity can be represented by an arrowhead. This is the arrowhead. Okay, here length of the arrow, this is the length of the arrow, no, the length of the arrow represents the magnitude. This is the magnitude. This is the length of the arrow represents the magnitude. And the arrowhead, this is the arrowhead, no, this arrowhead represents the direction. Okay, represents the direction. Any physical quantity possesses magnitude as well as direction means this type of quantity we are calling vector quantity. Okay, for example, let us consider one car. In this car moves towards east in 60 km per hour. Here 60 km per hour is nothing but magnitude. In this car moves in east direction or south direction means, so this is called scalar quantity. Okay, it possesses magnitude as well as direction. So this is called representation of vector quantity. Okay, see, the next one is different type of vectors. Different type of vector. The first one is equal vector. When we are calling equal vector, let us consider two vectors, A vector and B vectors, equal magnitude. In these two vectors moves in same direction. See, listen here, let us consider two vectors. Let us consider here two vectors, here A vector and B vector are said to be equal when they are equal magnitude. This is the length is equal magnitude. This is the equal magnitude. Here 5 centimeter means A vector, B vector also 5 centimeter. Equal magnitude, see here, equal magnitude and the same direction. See, same direction. So in these two vectors we are calling equal vectors. Say, dear students, when we are calling equal vector, let us consider two vectors. In these two vectors having same magnitude and the same direction. So in this type of vector we are calling equal vectors. The next one is collinear vectors. Collinear vector is nothing but, let us consider two vectors, A vector and B vector. See, let us consider two vectors, this one is A vector, this one is B vectors. In these two vectors act along the same line, this is the same line, act along the same line, the angle between them 0 degree or 180 degree. So in this vector we are calling collinear vector. The collinear vectors are classified into here two types, parallel vector and anti-parallel vector. Parallel vector and anti-parallel vector. The first I am going to introduce parallel vector. See, parallel vector is nothing but two vectors. See, A vector and B vector. This is the A vector and B vectors act in the same direction. See, this is very important. Act in the same direction along the same line. Same direction, no? This is the same direction. A vector and B vector, same direction along the same line. So here also P vector and another one is q vectors act along the same line and the same direction. So in this kind of vector we are calling parallel vector. Okay. See, listen here, in these two vectors, that means in this vector make an angle 0 degree. Very important, one more questions. The parallel vectors angle between them is 0 degree. Okay. So this type of vector we are calling equal vectors. Okay, equal magnitude along the same line. See, listen here, the next one is anti-parallel vector, opposite vector. Okay, in other words we are calling opposite vectors. So anti-parallel vector is nothing but, let us consider two vectors, a vector and b vectors. This is a vector and b vector. When we are calling anti-parallel, let us two vector, no, a vector and b vector, so they are in opposite direction along the same line or parallel line. Opposite direction, see, very important concept, passing along the opposite direction. See, opposite direction along the same line or parallel line we are calling anti-parallel vector. So in this anti-parallel vector angle, the angle between them is 180 degrees. Very important, 180 degree. Angle between them is 180 degrees. See here, this is the a vector, one vector, and b vector, another vectors. Okay. See here, combine to each other, so we will get the answer 180 degree. This is a very important, 180 degree. So angle between them is 180 degree. Okay. Define anti-parallel vector. The anti-parallel vector is nothing but two vector a vector and b vector are said to be anti-parallel when they are in opposite direction along the same line. Opposite direction along the same line. So angle between them is 180 degree. So in this type of vector we are calling anti-parallel vector. Okay. The next one is unit vector. It is very important, two more question, unit vectors. The unit vector is nothing but, let us consider one vector. Okay, let us consider a unit vectors, a vector divided by its magnitude. See here, a vector divided by its magnitude. For example, the unit vector represents letter cap. For example, a cap, b cap, like that. Okay, unit vector represents letters cap. Unit vector cap only you are using. So unit vector equal to a cap. A unit vector is divided by, a vector is divided by its magnitude. Any one vector, a vector or b vector, c vector, any vector take. See here, unit vectors represent a cap. A cap equal to, see, a vector divided by its magnitude. A vector, one type of vector, no? A vector divided by its magnitude. So this is called a formula for unit vectors. Okay, a cap equal to a vector divided by a. In other words, we are writing a vector equal to a cap into a. So this is another formation, a vector equal to a cap into a. The magnitude of unit vector is always equal to 1. One more question, unit vector, magnitude of unit vector is 1. Okay, magnitude 1. Okay, so we can say that the unit vectors only represent the direction because magnitude is always use 1 values. Okay, so this is the explanation of unit vector. Say define unit vectors. A vectors divided by its magnitude we are calling unit vectors. Unit vector represent the letters cap. For example, a cap equal to one vector, a vector divided by its magnitude a. So this is called a unit vectors. The magnitude of unit vector is 1. So we conclude that only unit vector represent the direction. Okay. See here, 3 unit vectors x, y, z. X coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinates is nothing but Cartesian coordinates. So in this x covers unit vectors I cap, y covers unit vector j cap, z covers unit vectors k cap. Okay, unit vector is nothing but a vector divided by its magnitude. So this is called unit vectors. Okay, see the next heading, orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vectors. Orthogonal vector is nothing but, already we know the basic concept of Cartesian coordinates. 3 coordinates, no? X, Y, Z coordinate. See here, X, Y, Z coordinate, no? This is the X coordinate, this one is Y coordinate, this one is Z coordinates. Okay. Yes, X coordinates unit vector I cap, Y unit vector j cap, Z unit vector k cap. Here 3 coordinates here, X, Y, Z, and 3 unit vectors here possible, I cap, j cap, and Z cap. Here 2 vectors which are perpendicular to each other. Here 3 unit vector is, you know, x, y, z, I, j, k, you know. So here any two vectors is nothing but here j cap, k cap make an angle 90 degree. So in this above expression, above diagram, we conclude that any two vectors make an angle 90 degree. So in this type of vector we are calling orthogonal vectors. So here 90 degree. So in this vector we are calling orthogonal vectors. See, next one is orthogonal vector. Orthogonal vector is nothing but, let us consider it three unit vectors, I cap, j cap, k cap, or x coordinate, y coordinate, z coordinates. In these three coordinates, orthogonal vectors cover any two vectors make an angle 90 degree means. So in this vector we are calling orthogonal vectors. See here, let us consider it three coordinates x, y, z. Here I cap, j cap, k cap. Here any two vectors make an angle 90 degree. See here, y and z or j cap and k cap make an angle 90 degree. So in this type of vector we are calling orthogonal vector. Orthogonal vector. See, listen here. Two vectors which are perpendicular to each other, y and z. See, y and z, this is a y, this is a z, this one is x. Here any two vectors make an angle 90 degree means this type of vector we are calling orthogonal vectors. This angle between them 90 degree is very important. Angle between the two vectors is 90 degree. Okay. Next topic is distance. See, this is very important. Distance is nothing but, let us consider one object or one body. In this body covers total path length travelled by an object. So this is called a distance. See, length of the path travelled by a body or object certain interval of time. This is called distance. Distance is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. Is very important. Scalar quantity. See here, distance is a scalar quantity. It's very important. Scalar quantity. Distance is a scalar quantity. The SI unit of distance is meter. You are measuring meter scale only, no? See, let us consider one car. In this car moves in distance, total distance or total path covered in this car totally is in this direction and in this direction and in this direction. So total path length covered by any one object. So this is called distance. Okay, the SI unit of distance is meter. See, it is a scalar quantity. These very three points very important. It is a total path length covered by object. This is called distance. It is a vector quantity. Sorry, it is a scalar quantity. It is the SI unit of distance is meter. So next topic, displacement. Displacement. The shortest distance between the 2 points. The shortest distance between the 2 points. See, the shortest distance between the two initial position and the final position of the object or body is called a displacement. The displacement is a vector quantity. Displacement possesses magnitude as well as direction. So it is called a vector quantity. Okay, for example, force, acceleration, velocity, impulse, everything good example for displacement. See, this is a displacement nothing but shortest distance. See here, this is the initial point, this is the final point. So in this concept already we told distance. So shortest distance between the 2 points we are calling displacement. This is the displacement A to B. Okay. See, the shortest distance between the initial position and the final position of the object we are calling displacement. Okay. So the next heading. Yes, problem. First problem, assume your school is located 2 km away from your home. In the morning you are going to school and the evening come back to home. This entire trip, what is the distance travelled and the displacement? First, see the question, this is very important. This is our home, this is our school. The distance between home to school is 2 kilometers. This is the 2 kilometer. Distance between home and school is 2 kilometer. Here asking distance and displacement. Already we know that what is a definition for distance? The total path length covered by an object. This is called distance. No? How many distance? Here home to school 2 kilometer. School to home 2 kilometers. So total distance is here total distance. Distance is 4 kilometer. 4 kilometer. Okay. To find in the displacement, here asking displacement, distance answer we get 4 km. Displacement, definition for displacement, the shortest distance between the 2 point, initial point and final point. Here no one initial point, no one final point. So both are same point only. See here, home, again home to school, again school to home. Okay. So see here, so initial point home only. So total displacement is 0. Displacement is 0. Displacement equal to 0. So distance is 4 km. Here displacement is 0. Okay. This is very important questions. The next one is problem 2. Athletes covers 3 rounds on a circular track. Let us consider one circular path. See, this is the circular path. This is the circular path. Okay. Radius of the circular path, a given question, radius of the circular path. Athletes covers 3 rounds in the circular track, radius 50 meter. Here radius r equal to 50 meter. Okay, 50 meter. Next, calculate the total distance and the displacement travelled by him. Total distance and displacement. See here, one athlete here. Starting point, in this point starting point. You are asking total distance. Total distance, what is the formula? The total path covered by an object, no. See how many distance? 3 rounds, okay. Circumference of the circle formula already we know. The next distance, athletes cover 3 rounds. So 3 into circular track. Circular path already we know the concept of circumference of the circle 2 pi r. 2 pi r. So r value is given, radius of the circular 50. So here d equal to 3 into, what is the value? 2 pi into radius 50 meter. Okay, multiply 3 into 50, yes, 150 into 2 pi. So remaining d equal to 150 into 2, 300 pi. So d equal to, finally d equal to 300 into 3.14, pi value you know very well, 3.14. So finally we will get the answer, multiply this 2 value, d equal to, what is the value? So total distance d equal to 942 meter. So multiply this 2 value, we will get the answer distance. Okay. So distance 942 meter. So your next question, displacement. So how many circular path? Yeah, how many rounds? 3 rounds, no? So starting point and initial point both are same. So displacement is 0. Displacement is 0 is our answer. Okay. So athletes cover 3 rounds on circular track, the radius 50 meter, calculate the total distance is 942 meters and the displacement is 0. Okay. This is the final expression. Okay, see. Okay. Dear students, I hope you all would have enjoyed this class and I believe that it will satisfy your thirst of knowledge. If you have any doubt means contact us. Thank you.